How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I'd just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who can talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Good things are happening. So, I don't know about in the stock market, but just in general, I did finally take my position in SmileDirectClub. I was thinking about taking it for the past few days. Obviously, I mentioned it, I think on, was it Wednesday or something of last week? And so I did want to take my position. I noticed that it kept going down. I was waiting for a bottom because I figured it would bottom. I didn't think that it would. I honestly thought it was probably going to bottom Thursday or Friday. I didn't realize that it would probably be yesterday. And so where's my SmileDirectClub? I mean, today. So I didn't realize that, and even yesterday after it went down even lower, I was like, you know what? I do like this position. I'm still very happy with the position that I took. My strike is a $6 strike. So realistically, it's not like too crazy. It was up 15% today, which is pretty dang solid. I wouldn't be surprised if we get like another test, maybe a double bottom or something, but especially with the utilization is at 100% today, and I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of came back up. But either way, we'll talk about that in just a second. Let me take a sip of water. I'm going to say hi to the chat, and then we'll see exactly what's been going on over here. Lee, yo, Diane, hello, welcome. Bambino, what is up? What is up? Good call on not chasing CEI. Dog, I do not like to chase, especially those kinds of plays. Even this one, I watched, no, this isn't AMC. I watched, these other plays and stuff, BBIG. I watch it run, right? And after the run, I consider it... I consider it done, right? I consider it a lost cause. This is my own personal thoughts, right? So what I do for something like BBIG, for example, is I saw this run. I was like, all right, I'm not going to chase. It kept running. I'm like, okay, I'm still not going to chase. And then it kind of died off, right? Kind of retraced over here. And I was like, you know what? I kind of like this as an entry point over here, the $7.95. I think this is about when I got in as well. The reason why I wanted to hop in here, because, all the T+2s down over here is, I think, when I got in around the $8.50 mark. And the reason I wanted to get in is because I saw that the Ortex data, it was still bullish, right? There was still a lot more in the tank, and there still is a lot more in the tank, in my opinion. And now it's even lower. So what I may end up doing is either adding to my position and averaging down, although I do have an option, and just waiting for that. Right here, I was hoping that we would respect this level of support over here around $7 or $5.77. We kind of broke through it a little bit. Realistically, I'm not too worried about it, like, being down here or anything. I hope that it doesn't go any further down, but we're going to take a look at the Ortex data and see if it is coming back. So we'll continue to talk about that. Let's see. Bambino says, what up, bro? J Simpson. Hey, what is up? What is up? Me too. He says, what's good, bro? AMC looks good for a run. Shiba Inu ran. Oh, did it? I'm not even watching. Kenny G was making fun of Chicago. Today he was not totally wrong, but he did not help himself out at all. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Okay, let's go ahead and start with AMC, see what's going on. AMC, not too bad. It was up, 0.79% on the day. Big whoop. Hopefully we're getting a reversal here, but I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if we touch this $34 level of support. As long as we bounce off of it, I think it'll be okay. The short interest is continuing to go up as we saw yesterday, so I'll take a look today and see where it's at now. GameStop, similar thing, right? GameStop was up 0.48%. It's currently at $172.18. AMC currently sitting at $36.96 in the after hours. GameStop in the after hours at $171.09. So not too bad over here for, oh boy. I read the chat whenever I'm talking. Well, I'll finish chat and then I'll look at you I'll finish this GameStop and then I'll take a look at the chat. So GameStop, yeah, so similar with GameStop, I'm not sure where I think it'll touch. I really want it to hold above this $171, $170 level of support over here. Because once we start, going down here, we have different levels of support that are just fine, but you just don't like to see it, you know? LC says, hey Corey, I'm a dentist and I'm very familiar with SmileDirect or SDS. I don't know if you mean SD, SmileDirectClub. And in my opinion, it's not a solid business long term. They have thousands of lawsuits pending and only a matter of time before they are shut down. LC, that's actually a good point, you know, and I think that goes back to my thoughts, right? Whenever I get in these plays, the purpose of me getting into these plays is very simply, do I think that they're in a position to squeeze, right? Do I think there's enough momentum, enough short interest, enough shares on loan, the whole perfect storm? Do I think there's a perfect storm for a move, right? No worries. And that's what I look at. I don't care what they do. Movie change. If I had it my way, the only reason I got an AMC was because movie chains were, it's not because of movie chains, but they were shut down, right? AMC was shut down. The vaccine was rolling out. I was like, you know what? These guys, they're either going to go bankrupt or they're going to get saved. They're so close to being saved because the vaccine is rolling out. And that's why I hopped in it, right? Because it's a short-term play. Now, am I going to invest in movie theaters for, am I going to put my am I going to go all in on movie theaters? Well, currently I'm basically all in on movie theaters. That's not my long-term strategy, because long-term, movie theaters are a little too risky for me. I think they're going to be around, but I don't know if they're going to be the greatest thing ever, right? I'd rather invest in something like electric vehicles that has so much potential, so many new places to go. Whereas, movie theaters, for example, are kind of, I don't know, there's streaming platforms and this and that. Well, I love going to the movie theaters. I guess not everybody does love it, And so that's why even with AMC, I'm looking at AMC in a very narrow-minded way of their technical position for a potential short squeeze. And that's what I'm looking at for these other stocks as well. I just want quick moves. I don't care what their long-term plan is. I don't care what their financials look like. Are they in a position where they can move? And that's kind of what I'm looking at with these. Bambino says, does anyone have NFT coding and back-end experience? Any idea why the potential GME dividend is taking a minute? Bambino, I would imagine, similar to what I personally believe is probably going on with the SEC and these other entities, DTCC, things like that, is things take time, right? Like, I'm sure, and you don't want them to rush it, because let's say they rushed it, then now they're coming out with this half-baked NFT thing that doesn't work. You can't trade properly. You can't do this and that. There's a lot of different things, because if they wanted to bust out NFTs, I guarantee they could probably just do basic NFTs and of like the pictures and stuff like that. But yeah. Colin, I completely agree with you, my friend. Colin says, just need volume at Workhorse. Workhorse is another position that I think once they get the volume, and I think that volume is coming. Because Colin, I'm not sure if you've been here, but seems like it since my Workhorse one. But show me the money. What's up, Raphael? I think Workhorse just needs the volume. I think they're going to get the volume too, because they're looking for a new venture, right? They're going to continue with their cars, but I mean my new venture is they're looking for a new person or a new place to sell their cars to, right? To either be bought out or whatever they're looking for at this point. They're on the hunt. They have found it because of the way they dropped their USPS contract. So remember how they're trying to so they were trying to get the USPS contract. They lost to Oshkosh. They were refuting the fact that they lost or whatever. And now then they kind of dropped it. So they either knew that it wasn't going to stick and it was in bad taste and blah, 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 and they dropped it, or they were like, they have another opportunity. And with that other opportunity, they're going to go crazy. Microscopically, I wonder if we'll get a double bottom over here on GameStop. Dogecoin still looking pretty strong, I always liked it under 20 cents. At 25 cents right now, looking good. Bitcoin finally broke above the $50,000 mark. It's been below it for a little while here, and finally broke back through. So that's pretty nice. Broke back through very nicely too. I wonder if it's going to test this 53K. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it retraced, bounce off, either 50, 51, or even you know, 50.5 or something, and then touch this again. Yeah. Carnival, I love it. I really like Carnival. I wonder if they'll retrace again, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. I feel like this is probably a good entry point. Yeah. BBIG. Okay, let's do this a little bit differently. Let me okay, hold on. Let me see what's going on over here. I got you, Bambino. CEI got gutted today. Let's take a look at CEI really quick. Ooh, my gosh, down 50%. See, whenever people see these kinds of things, I don't know if was it a news catalyst or something that happened. I don't know why they went down like this, but if it wasn't something totally terrible, like a terrible news catalyst, like they're going under or there's fraud or something crazy like that, if it's a random dip, which 50% seems kind of steep, and 15% down in the random dip. Now, if these guys, like, I look for opportunities, right? So I'll give you a great example. MFA. So this is a stock that I've been following for a long time. This is, if you know my, Lee will know it, and whoever else has been here for a while, Diane will probably know it too. The, what is that? IVR. So this is similar in the, what is that called? Real estate sector, right? This is in the real estate sector. And so whenever I first found this play, I actually, so I was watching it, and okay, whenever it was dipping, there was this crazy day. So they had a day like this. They went from $3 all the way down to 36 cents, right? You know, we'll call it 29 cents, 30 cents, we'll call it. So it went from $3 to 30 cents. Huge, just totally tanked. And I was like, holy smokes, there's no way. This is too far. That's so dramatic. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it was just bad beginning of COVID stuff. Bad beginning of COVID stuff. And I was like, there's no freaking way that this thing is going to hold. So I was going to go all in, I think, on like an option right here at 29 cents. And I had it all ready to go, and I was like, you know what? I know two guys who like to trade. I asked them about it. They said, do not touch this stock. And I listened to them. I was like, all right, they know more than I do. And this stock the next day went from 29 cents to, you know, what is this over here? $1.60. And then the next day to $2.80. I mean, and I could have bought and I think I was going to buy an option. And no, I wouldn't have gotten an option. I wouldn't have gotten an option there. But either way, like look at where it is now. So it went from 30 cents to $4 and 64 cents. If I would have held that long, that would have been some crazy nice gains. But yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes you miss these plays. That's all right. But where I'm getting with that is sometimes you're going to get these crazy down days that are just overly dramatic, right? Just ridiculously dramatic. And I look at these and I see if there's an opportunity. I don't really know what's going on with the stock. I think someone put here short report tweet. I don't know if that means that. I don't know what that means. A short report tweet. Let's take a look over here. So first of all, I'm going to take a look at the Ortex Twitter, because usually these guys put out something. I'm trying to see if there's anything updated in here. Nothing really new, just short interest updates. They haven't really been posting anything new. And sometimes what I like to do is I like to go in here for the alpha signals and see if there was a short squeeze or short anything like that. No signals here today, which is perfectly fine. And so let's put CEI in here really quick. I don't think is that the right stock? Camber Energy. Yep. I'm going to zoom in here a little. Oops. Bring this here. Oh, go the other way. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. And I'm going to hide this just so we can see it a little bit easier. Looks like the shares on loan is following the short interest, like identically. And then the utilization is pretty high. I mean, does this have any kind of... I don't know. You get millions of shares for so low. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of strange. It seems like it could be in the position for like a short squeeze at some point. I don't understand. Yeah, everything is super high over here. Shares on loan, all-time high. Yeah, this is weird. I don't know. It seems like a heavily shorted stock. Like it would be a good play. So anyways, long story, very long. I look for opportunities whenever I see these big down days like that. Get after the recall. Raphael says, do you like PROG? Let's see. Let's take a look. PROG. Prognidy Inc. You see a lot of people, I just get so concerned whenever I see these on a huge run, then they're retracing. I get so scared that people are just chasing this. These guys have been falling for some time now. What do these guys do? Healthcare. Oh, healthcare services and equipment. I do like it. Advanced medical equipment and technology. Let's see if we can pull up their website here. Patent granted by... Biotech innovation. They're doing a lot of stuff. They're doing the most. Ingestible devices. Discover hereditary cancer test. That's actually pretty interesting. All right, let's take a look at their financials really quick. Ooh, these guys are moving the wrong way this year. I don't know what happened in 2020, but that really messed them up. I guess it was just a pandemic. It may have been true pandemic issues, which leaves a lot of room for growth if that was actually the case. Let's take a look at how they've been doing since before the pandemic, right? That's something I really like to look at. Let's look at their 5-year chart. 5-year chart, not my favorite at all. My, oh my. Is this finally the bottom over here? Yikes. Oh, well, then again, this only started... Okay, it only started in 2020. This is not the 5-year chart. I apologize. I thought it looked kind of... It was like missing something. So, okay, it only started halfway through 2020. That's a terrible... That's an unfortunate IPO time, I would say. Oof. Got eaten alive. Institutional ownership, 46% is actually pretty dang high. I like that. Analyst price targets, everything is extremely high. The lowest one is $2, average $7, high of $12. That's pretty large. Let's take a look and see if we can find it over here in Ortex. PROG. Is this another heavily shorted stock? You're kidding me? Another heavily shorted stock. Take a look at that. Shares on loan is at an all-time high. Utilization is at 94.88%. Are we already T+2 over here with what's been happening? Let's look at the 5-day. Let me zoom out. Actually, let's look at the 3-month. Okay. And so 1, 2. So we're not quite T+2 just yet. Although we've already seen these. These are already T+2. I want to see what happened after all these drops. But I do actually like what's going on here. And then the short interest, 83% at an all-time high. Look at this thing. Wow. I do want to continue to watch this one. This one is wild and crazy, kids. Jeez. And the utilization is extremely high as well. So I wonder how far it's going to go. It obviously went from, around 97, 99, and it went all the way to 94. And that's because of this run right here that we see. Because of the run, it looks like it went to 94%. But even then, it doesn't even look like it's over with. In fact, it looks like even after they already covered some of these, the shares on loan still went up. They're still heavily shorting the stock. And the free float on loan, man, this is a great play. I like this one. Is this one that I checked yesterday? No, I didn't check this one yesterday. I checked SAVA, and maybe it was PROG that I checked yesterday. I can't remember the other one I checked yesterday, but dang, yeah, this is crazy. I'll leave that on the side. Let me keep catching up over here. Lee says my 405,000 Shiba is up 123% at $7. Jeez. That's insane. That's a lot of money. Lee says for all of you who buy crypto on apps like Webull or Robinhood, you don't truly own your crypto, you're just trading it, right? And for some people that's okay, right? Like for me, let's say I'm not at all, but let's say I was on Robinhood, right? I completely closed my Robinhood account, but let's say I was on Robinhood and I was trading, you know, Dogecoin, and I just wanted to swing it, make some money, swing it, get some money. Then sure, maybe that's a way to play it. But do keep in mind that if you wanted to hold it long term, you want to transfer it, you want to put it on like a USB wallet or whatever, you can't do it. If you can't transfer it to Coinbase, you can't do anything with it. You have it, well, you have it only in Robinhood, and you don't own it. I don't know if that's the case on Webull. It seems Lee is saying it is, so I have no reason to doubt him. But yeah, so do keep that in mind if you're trading it. Me personally, I don't think I really like care. Now, if I had a whole Bitcoin and I wanted to hold my Bitcoin, I was very proud of it and blah, 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 then yeah, I definitely wouldn't have it on any one of these. And at the same time, you know, I'm just super weary with these things at this point. The money, there you go, Peter. I agree with Peter. Peter says the money is real, though, and that's a good point. If you sell it, the money is real. You have the money, no big deal. That's all I kind of care about. But there is a certain amount of, I don't want to say coolness, but it is pretty cool to own your own crypto and everything like that. But if you're not into the whole, like, I don't want to say nerdy aspect of it, but the whole like true ownership of it, then it may not matter to you. But definitely, you should be aware of that. So thanks for bringing that up, Lee. Thanks for answering. No problem, Raphael. MMAT. I see a few people saying MMAT. Is this thing making a comeback? I don't know if this thing's making a comeback. Let's take a look. Let me get this pulled up over here. I'm going to copy this here, and we'll look at MMAT. Oh, whoops. I'm going to leave this one open, and I'm going to start opening my new tabs. Ortex was useless, and there we go. I mean, or the Twitter Vortex. MMAT. Let's see what's going on with this one. We talked about this one a while ago, but it's just been a while. I don't know if this one has been played out or if it's still going. Utilization is at 90%. Not really my favorite. Shares on loan actually is going down as well. Still 20% of the free float. 20% of the free float is on loan. I just want to make sure I'm saying that correctly. And that's about the same as AMC is, right? So similar things there. And then we have the short interest is at 13%. Not the highest it's been, but realistically, like you can see, even historically, right? This one had its huge run. And I don't know if this was a news catalyst or something, so do keep that in mind. But you can see over here that, you know, at 3%, 3% short interest, this thing still ran, right? Went from $4 all the way to $20, which is a similar thing that we saw to AMC. Personally, am I going to take a position in this for potential for a short squeeze? I'm personally not going to take a position in it. I think it is possible, but it might take a little while. I'd probably take a position in PROG before I take a position in MMAT, though, to be honest. My personal thoughts. We can fix it. Just got here. What's up with ATER? We'll take a look at ATER. Let me get a little more structured really quick because I'm kind of all over the place. So let's go ahead and start with we'll start with AMC, right? I haven't taken a look at AMC yet. Just want to get a quick pulse check. I think I already know what's going on, but just for fun, let's just keep a little bit of structure for me. That was before the merger and split. Thank you, Devin, because you know what? I don't know what's going on. There we go. Thank you very much. All right, AMC. Let's take a look at what's going on. So estimated short interest is continuing to increase with everything going on. Love to see it. Short interest of the free float continuing to increase at an all-time high currently, basically all-time high being 20.92. We're at 20.19, looking solid. The shares on loan, not an all-time high, but still trending upward from when we had that movement, right? Last time we had these crazy moves, you know, it was moving upward, moving upward, moving upward. Had crazy moves. Now we're moving upward again. We kind of like reset, moving upward, and eventually, in my personal opinion, I think eventually there's going to be another move. And the last thing that I'm a little not concerned about, but that's just bothering me, that's driving me nuts, is the utilization. The utilization was trending upward pretty solidly, right? If we were to take my calculator and if I were to block out this section right here, we can see very clearly. Let me also hide this over here really quick. Nope, wrong one. There we go. If I were to take my calculator and kind of hide these things, we can see, you know, pretty easily that it's trending upward, right? You can see right here trending upward very clearly. But now if you go over here, you can see it's I don't want to say it's trending downward, because at this point I would take more of the I don't know what this word is. I would take a longer period of time, and I would see what's going on. And the reason I'm taking this period of time right here rather than the whole thing is because if you look at where the price was, you can see we had our run. And so in my opinion, after you have your run, it kind of resets, right? And after this resets, I like to take a look at and say, okay, all of this back here is void, right? So all of this back here, I'll just like block it out. It's all void, because now we basically reset and we're in a new like instance, right? And so if we look at it over here, we can see that, okay, we reset, so now we're over here, and this is the new time frame. So ignore everything on the left, we're looking at everything on the right. After it reset, I'm going to go to the down, and this is where we are trending upward, and now we're kind of plateauing a little bit. And I don't want to say descending, although I suppose you could say descending a little bit. Seems to be holding pretty solid at 85%, but just so weird. I don't know. This one's got me stumped a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But either way, I'm still holding my position. I'm not going to change it, especially because these shares on loan, they're continuing to borrow shares, and the short interest continues to increase, as well as the exchange reported short interest and the estimated short interest. I mean, it's all going exactly the way I want it to go if I want another move. Oh gosh, William says CEI is possible fraud. Oh my gosh, you know, actually that's a great point. So if you were here for my talk about finding opportunities, CEI, finding this kind of opportunity. So whenever I told you guys how I missed out on the MFA crazy move over here, I didn't want to let that happen to me again. So so what I decided to do is there was a company called Luckin Coffee. I think it was a China company, and it whenever it was traded, so it had a huge down day, like down 50%, maybe around 50% or even more. And what happened was, it turns out there was fraud in the company, or suspected fraud. So we don't know if it was true or not. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a risk on this. I took a risk on it. I invested because it was down so low. I was like, you know what, I'm either going to lose my investment or it's going to recover. Well, it turns out it was real fraud. They were delisted, and then I lost my money. So keep that in mind whenever you're looking at these potential plays, because things can go bad sometimes. Yikes. So that kind of stuff can happen. Yeah, Bimino says to check the day, the winners and losers for the day. So let's take a look at the gainers, top gainers, see if there's anything on here that we recognize. SmileDirectClub, excuse me, you love to see it. I would not be surprised if they had like an 8% down day tomorrow, just the way stocks work. All right. And actually, for the after hours, actually, I saw a play over here. PLTR is starting to move in these after hours. I don't know what happened, if they had a news catalyst or something. I'm going to click it really quick, look at the news, and see 1 hour ago, Palantir stock is surging on a big Army contract, right? So, for those of you, I know some people like to do swing plays in here, and you know, it's maybe an opportunity for a swing play if you're looking to get in. This was just announced, looks like about an hour ago. Trading higher during the Tuesday's after hour session. Maybe it was 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. So I don't know. The news is relatively new, but what kind of candles do I have here? 2 hour candles. Yeah. So that's when this just started. I don't know if it's going to continue to rally, but I wouldn't be surprised if it continued to rally during the day. Tomorrow. This could be a potential for, I don't know. Oh, no options. All right. Well, that's what that is. Whoops. So we're looking at the tops. Let's look at the top losers for the 1 day really quick as well. Contract. So top losers for the 1 day CEI, my oh my. Anything else? Dice seems familiar. Right, oh gosh, Lordstown Motors. Oh my goodness, what is happening with this play? Wow. I don't know. Oh, it's the news catalyst. Let's see what happened here. Struggling, electric truck manufacturer, Lordstown Motors, recently announced its decision to sell its Ohio plant to Taiwanese contract manufacturer. These guys, oh gosh, Morgan Stanley analyst Adam Jonas downgraded Lordstown from $8 to $2. Oh my gosh. So just not looking so good, right? They sold it, and I don't know what that means to them, but that is not a good look for them. Now, granted, again, I always say, you already know, Lee. So I always say, and again, back to my opportunities, right? Is this an opportunity? Are these guys going to make it? Are they not going to make it? Do they actually have trucks? I think last time, these guys were big, but then it turns out they didn't have trucks, so you can't actually use their trucks or something, or maybe that was someone else, but it's a huge mess. EVs are, I think, extremely risky right now, but I think there's so much upside to them as well. If you can choose the right play and the right company who actually has a product, who will actually be able to deliver a product, a working product, instead of great thoughts. I can give you guys some great thoughts right now about, theories and batteries, and for example, electric vehicles, solid state batteries. It's a great concept, right? QuantumScape, QS, ticker QS, has a fantastic goal, right? And if they achieve it, I think that they will change. They're literally trying to do something that's never been done before. But if they are, Nicola, thank you for life. Thank you, life. Easy for life. Easy E for life. QuantumScape is a fantastic, very cool company, very cool concept about solid state batteries. Look up the benefits of solid state batteries. They're lighter, they charge faster, they hold the charge better, they're less dangerous. There's that. They're infinite, right? But it's never been done before. However, if they are able to accomplish those solid state batteries, then they're gonna change the world. Everyone's gonna buy their solid state batteries. That'll be a huge gain, I think, if everything they say is true, and if they're actually able to achieve it. Diane says, doesn't make sense to me. They're sharing plant with chip maker. Chip will be made in-house. Oh, interesting. You see, and so here's another thing that I will say. If this, no, this one, yeah. So here's the deal. If they are like selling it to these contractor, right? Han High Precision Industry Co. Now, if they really are, if they sold half of the plant or half, let's say there are two plants on one land and they sold one of the plants or whatever, they're side by side or something, and if they really did just sell it for so that they can make the chips and, you know, so that they're co-housing or whatever, and this is like just falsely negative news, then it's definitely an opportunity for a play in here if people don't understand what's going on. Obviously I'm figuring it out as I go, but let's see. Plus, they redid the neighborhood upgrades. Area looked revitalized. There we go. So this could actually be false, like fear mongering or something like that. That actually isn't as bearish as it seems. But obviously, I haven't read the article. I have no clue what's going on. I'm literally just like figuring it out as we go. But yeah. So that's that. So we talk about AMC. Let's take a look at our few favorite stocks because we are really, today's flying by. So let's start with BBIG, Workhorse, ATER. BBIG, Workhorse, ATER. All right, we'll start with BBIG. So let's take a look at BBIG and see what's going on really quick. So BBIG, we'll take a look at their stock really quick on the chart. BBIG, right here. And let's take a look. So these guys are nearing these bottoms right here, right? They're super close. And they broke. So these are the ones that broke my original level of support that I had, which is right around here. Actually, I think I wanted to grab this point as well. So I had it right here. So this is where I had it. They did break through my level of support that I originally had, which is not my favorite thing to see, but currently sitting at 550, we'll say. So they're at 550. I had a down day today. So I would assume if they had a down day today that there were more shares borrowed, right? They continue to borrow shares. And utilization. So utilization is at 99.83%. And as they borrow these more shares, remember, you can only borrow so many shares. And once this utilization gets to 100, and theoretically, you know, they can't borrow any more shares, then eventually this is going to get expensive for them to borrow. And it already is expensive for them to borrow. And they're going to have to either sit on their short and hope the stock goes their way, or they're going to have to cover a little bit, right? And whenever they cover, the apes win because that's whenever you make a lot of money. So right here, we can see the shares on loan is basically the all-time high. It's off by less than 1 million from the all-time high, which, you know, hit the all-time high, and there wasn't really a cover. There was no reason for these shares on loan to go down a little bit. Granted, they only went down a little, so that's just like a day's worth of shorting, I guess. I don't know. It sounds kind of weird to say. But let's take a look at the short interest of the free float. Same thing here. Estimated short interest, not quite the all-time high, but the all-time high was 30.76. Currently, excuse me. Currently, the short interest is, it says it over here, 30.77. And if that's accurate, it is an all-time high by 0.01. It is at the all-time high, right? So this one is looking very good. I think this one's probably going to explode pretty soon, based on what we see here, right? So BBIG looking solid. Workhorse, let's take a look and see what's going on over here. I'm super bullish on this one. I think we just have to wait for a catalyst for it to move. Utilization has been at 100%. Usually whenever it's been at 100% for a whole month, you usually see some kind of give. This one has been at 100% for 2 months. And I'm telling you, I think we just need a small catalyst and this is going to flip. Because these guys they're just shorting the stock into the ground, and I don't blame them, right? Why wouldn't you short this stock into the ground whenever they had all this negative news and stuff come out for them? But unless they're shorting, and if the stock continues to drop, and if they don't cover, then they're gonna be caught. They're gonna be stuck in this position. They're gonna have to cover. I wonder if we have the average loan days over here, 80 days. So we'll just do 90 days, which was 3 months ago. Let's say 7-1. June, July. Yeah, around here. Yeah, so they shorted around the high, right? So these guys are probably in the green right now if they wanted to get out of their position. But as we know, they won't. They won't take profits. They won't leave their short position. They're just going to stay in it forever. Because I suppose it may be possible that this company... well, I'll put it this way. I don't know the financial situation of this company. They lost their contract. They're probably bleeding money. And unless they get another contract or something, I suppose it is possible that they could be going out of business, which is why the shorts may just hold and see what happens, right? If these guys lose another contract or they bleed too much money and they have to just go under, or they can't make it, or whatever happens, then the shorts will win and they'll do very well on this play. But I'm a bull, and I don't know. I believe in the underdog. I don't know what I would say, but I think that if these guys find their next catalyst, this is going to pay ridiculously well. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. See the high over here of 30. Oh my gosh, what is this? $42. They're currently at $7. Yeah, there's money to be made there, I think. And now ATER. So ATER over here, we can see what's going on. Shares on loan, not quite the all-time high. It's all-time high being around 18 million. They're currently 16.5 million shares on loan, but very close to the all-time high here. We can see the utilization is back up, right? It trended upwards, and it's at 99.39%. Gosh, it just looks so good. And the short interest of the free float, I know this doesn't look so appetizing, but keep in mind it's 42%. This is dumb high. This is extremely high. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And okay, so we have this. I'm just gonna close that. Let's see what other stocks we have here that I'm watching. Corsair I'm watching. Heavily shorted. Nikola. Oh, SmileDirectClub and Nikola we'll take a look at. We'll start with Nikola. Oh, NKLA. Whoops. And then SDC. Great. So Diane says this is back in regards to Workhorse, or was it Workhorse? Let me take a look. Hold on. Or is it Ride? Lordstown Motors. Lordstown Motors. Yes, it was Lordstown Motors. Says I live 20 minutes away from there, still researching. That's pretty interesting because, you know, if you can see that they're building a factory and they're not like selling it, and they are going to co-house or whatever I think they might do, then that'd be pretty wild. And that means that that stock is extremely oversold right now and can go for a reversal. Let's take a look. Okay, Nikola. Let's see what's going on over here. Utilization coming down a little bit, which is a little strange considering they've been pretty much flat. I don't know why that utilization is going down. Let's take a look at the shares on loan. Shares on loan going down as well. So that may be why the utilization is going down, because they're returning some of the shares or selling some of the shares or whatever they may be doing here. And then the short interest of the free float, man, I am very nervous about my Nikola position. This is not looking as good as when I bought in. Oh my gosh. I think I have a Nikola position. I don't dang remember anymore. I hope I didn't take a position, because I'd rather put that money elsewhere. Oh gosh, I'm nervous. Okay. So that's moving on with Nicola. I'm just going to move on to SmileDirectClub. And then Bambino is going to speak on chip manufacturing. Grant, what is up? GTE with oil prices blowing up, guys. I'm telling you, give it a look. Last time oil was this high, it was trading around $4. I think this could be a good opportunity. GTE, not a squeeze play though. That's fine, Grant. Not every play is a squeeze play, and I can respect that. CEI is the new battlefield. Could be. If it's... It could be. Let's see. I don't think it's taken away from AMC, but that's all right. Man, SmileDirectClub. I'm so happy I got my position in here. Every time I look at these, utilization at 100%, finally hitting 100%. Shares on loan at the all-time, well, 200,000 away from the all-time high, which is nothing in my opinion. And the short interest of the free float is all the way up here, not quite the all-time high, but still 46%, which is ridiculously high. These cost of borrows are all over the place, from 0.5% to 324%. That is a very wide range of nothingness, or a lot ofness. So that's what we have there. Mo, what is up? What is up? CEI is wild, just so risky right now. Yeah, I think it is very risky, but I think, you know, with that risk comes a lot of reward, a lot of upside potentially if they do reverse. And we can take a look over here and say, okay, if they were to reverse, I mean, where are we at? What's this implied volatility? Let's see what this would look like. They're currently on my calls, April 4th, currently at $1.30. Oh, see, this hasn't updated yet, I don't think, since it's in the after hours, and it's been down so much in the after hours. Oh, no, it has. Man, so if this thing went back to, where was it before previously? $5 or something. Let's say it was at $5, right? If it reverses. That's pretty crazy. Let's take a look at, we got, I don't know, $1,000 worth. Goes to $5. Yeah, you double your money. Or, no, it's more than double your money. You triple your money. Because you make your money back. Another 1,000, and then, yeah, that's wild. This is double your money. Yeah. Bambino says it really does depend on the type of chip that a facility being used. Facilities like Intel and global foundries cost billions to build the infrastructure and more for R&D. That's a good point. But there are many small mom and pop and mid-tier chip manufacturers that still cost millions to do. But the chips are basic stuff for like flashlights and kids' toys. Oh, you know what? I don't even think about that, because that's actually a very valid point. When I think chips, all I think about is computer chips, right? Whether it's a car or whatever it would be. But I don't think about these little chips that go in you know, like anything else, like small electronic devices. I don't even think about that. It's a great point though. It can be years before they actually get a viable product on the market. That's a good point, right? And I actually made a video about chips in my channel before, and whenever I talked about it, I was sure to mention that those chips are a long-term play, right? I think those are a long-term play, and I think that whenever you look at what is, like, let's say, you know, AMC goes to the moon, make a lot of money. And now, you know, if you're gonna, whether you invest in the S&P 500 or you do your own plays and stuff, I really like chips because Intel and everybody, they all had I think the Biden administration gave them not a grant, but some kind of incentive program to create chips in the States, and where they're going to be able to build multi-million-dollar facilities in order to, like, multi-million dollars, or might have been 500 million or something, like ridiculous amount of money to build these new facilities. It's going to take years for it to be created and them to catch up on the chips. But even then, I think that is a solid investment, a long-term strategy, potentially make your own financial decisions. But I think it could be a huge play long-term, just chips in general. Got into Mara. All right, we'll take a look at Mara really quick. Ooh, Mara getting ready to run, I think. Take a look at this. Let me put this horizontal line right here. This is exactly where I would like it, and then I want to make this line green if it goes above. Boom. I think that is a bullish line right here. If it breaks through here, that could be pretty sick. Some crazy moves. Spending a few years getting wrinkles on the brain while partying, doing photolithography. Man, always happy to talk more and discuss on topics, the manufacturing strategies of the various competitors. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool, man. You know, thanks for sharing. That's very neat. Very, very cool. Fab 42 in Arizona for Intel was 12 billion. That sat there for almost 8 years doing nothing. What? 12 billion? Dang, maybe the number I was thinking about was in the bill. I mean, it was a ridiculous amount of number. Sure, Customs, we'll check that really quick. And then, do you want to check it on Ortex? QCOM, isn't that Qualcomm? QCOM. Same thing with them. I think, you know, that's tech. They're doing chips and stuff like that. I like them for long term. We got a nice cup and handle over here on this one. Holy baloney. We're taking a look at that. Utilization 91. And then the short interest is, man, this stock is making some serious moves. I'm curious if it's going to hold here, because it's kind of random that it just shot up like that, unless something dang happened, because that's pretty crazy. Look at these shares on loan, just shot up. Someone took a huge short position in this. If this is accurate, it seems a little too crazy. Yeah. But the only thing about is the utilization. But then again, the utilization is, I think theoretically it's high enough for it to have a move with what's going on. But yeah, this one's pretty wild. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. It was a lot of fun hanging out with y'all. I'm gonna see. I have to. Man, my AC is messing up again. I have to go back to the shop, so I may go to the shop either tomorrow or Friday. If there's no moves tomorrow and it's pretty flat, I might just do it tomorrow, and kind of give everyone a break, I guess, for me, if that, I don't know. But I might also do it Friday if if things go crazy tomorrow, which it might. We may have seen some kind of reversal today that's going to go pretty crazy, but we'll see what happens. So like I said, I'll call it there. You guys have a fantastic night. We'll see you either tomorrow or Thursday or something. But yeah, all right. It's so hard for me to say goodbye, but I'll catch you guys later. Peace.